Have you ever driven alongside a truck and seen one or even two of its axles floating above the road and wondered why this is the case? Why not all the wheels are touching the ground? Don't worry, in this video we will explain why the wheels of some trucks do not always touch the ground, but will also teach you a little about how truck axles work, the types of axles they have, and how these determine what a truck can and cannot do. Let's start by explaining how truck axles work. An axle is a rod that connects two wheels and supports the weight of a car. Axles are essential components of any vehicle, including trucks, and are connected to the wheels by bearings. When the engine turns the transmission turns the drive shaft, which turns the differential, which in turn turns the axles. The axles then turn the wheels, propelling the vehicle forward or backward. There are two main types of truck axles. Steering axles are located at the front of the truck and allow the driver to steer the vehicle, or at the rear to create a shorter turning radius. Drive axles are located at the rear of the truck and provide power to the wheels, or at the front in the case of all-wheel drive. In addition to steering axles and drive axles, there are also two other types of axles that can be found on some trucks. Carried axles are located at the rear of the tractor truck and provide additional support for heavy loads. Lift axles are often located between the drive axles and can be raised or lowered to improve fuel efficiency or traction. But what is the purpose of these axles for heavy loads and lift axles, which are often located between the drive axles and can be raised or lowered to improve fuel efficiency or traction? But what is the point of driving with an axle that is not in contact with the ground? Well, there are actually multiple reasons for this, but let's start with better grip and traction. Lift axles can be lowered when the truck is fully loaded and increase the weight on the tires, which improves traction and grip, especially in adverse weather conditions such as rain, snow, or ice, for example. Volvo has a tandem axle lift function to improve grip when necessary. Ground pressure, when a truck is fully loaded, can exert significant pressure on the road surface, causing damage or sinking into softer ground. By lowering the axle to distribute the weight between several axles, the total weight is distributed more evenly, which reduces ground pressure and minimizes road wear. Load adjustments. Lift axles allow truckers to adjust the weight distribution of the load. This is particularly important for complying with weight regulations, as different jurisdictions have specific limits on weights per axle. By raising or lowering the lift axles, the driver can ensure that the load is evenly distributed within legal limits. Fuel efficiency. Using additional axles on a truck consumes more fuel due to increased rolling resistance. Lifting axles when it is not necessary, such as when the truck is empty or carrying a light load, can improve fuel efficiency by reducing the amount of friction between the tires and the friction between the tires and the road. The axle is lowered when the trucks are carrying a full load, which improves stability and handling by increasing the distribution of the vehicle's weight. Liftable truck axles are commonly used on long-haul trucks, dump trucks, and construction vehicles. So, why don't the tires on some trucks touch the ground? Because some trucks have lift axles that allow an axle to be raised when it is not necessary. When a truck is driving empty or with little weight, this allows for greater fuel savings and less tire wear. When the truck has to drive with heavier loads, it can lower the axles to reduce pressure on the ground. Lowering the axles allows it to legally transport a higher total weight while still complying with current regulations, improving road grip and increasing safety. Therefore, an additional lift axle can be a versatile aid for a truck that travels with variable loads. We hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. Remember to subscribe to the channel for much more content on trucks and other beasts of the road. See you soon.